Welcome to Gaston Spotlight. I'm your host, Ashley Para, and with me in the studio today is the director of the upcoming production of Alice in Wonderland, the musical at Kings Mountain Little Theater, Bridget Allen. Today we'll be discussing how the musical version reimagines the classic tale, the creative process behind bringing Wonderland to the stage, and what audiences can expect when the curtain rises later this spring. Welcome, Bridget. Thank you so much for coming in today.
I'm delighted to be here.
So to start us off, with viewers who may not be super familiar with your new reimagined version of Alice in Wonderland, can you give us an idea of what viewers can expect or the type of story that you're reimagining?
Absolutely. The process in finding this one was quite an adventure in and of itself. So I definitely went down a rabbit hole trying to find a good version. I wanted to do a musical version. Everything I looked at was not suitable. I thought I was going to give up on the musical version. And then one of our board members was upstairs cleaning up in a room that's behind our marquee. And she found a script that said Alice in Wonderland, the musical. I looked over it, absolutely loved the script. And even though it's a new imagined, it's actually written in 1966. It stays very true to the story and takes out the absolute weirdest parts, which I appreciated as a mother myself. The music was nowhere to be found online. I had to buy the musical score, meet with my music director last summer, and we sat in her house while she played through every song for us to decide if we liked it. We loved every song. It was not trying to be a standalone, but accompanied the script perfectly. So audiences can expect a true storybook version of Alice in Wonderland. What I really appreciate about this version is it focuses on Alice's struggle of trying to still be a child and wanting to grow up. And it runs throughout the entire story. And I think that's really what a lot of audiences can identify with.
Now, you mentioned that Alice is a little bit different in this version compared to the original story, just by a little bit. Are there any other changes to some of the main characters as well that you got to reimagine with this show, like the Mad Hatter or the Queen of Hearts?
No, all of those are pretty true to the book version. So if you're coming expecting Disney, you won't find that on our stage. It is absolutely true to the book. As I said, there's a few characters in Alice in Wonderland that are not in this version, which I appreciate, especially the version with the Duchess and the baby that turns into a pig. That's just a little too weird and scary, I think, for most children. So didn't care for that one myself. And some people will expect certain characters, but those characters actually appear in Alice Through the Looking Glass as opposed to Alice in Wonderland when you look at the book. So there won't be Tweedledee and Tweedledum. There will be a few nods in this play to the Alice Through the Looking Glass version, but pretty much it's strictly Alice in Wonderland.
Now, as the director of this show, have you had a favorite part in the creative process so far?
Oh, a favorite for the cast members?
Yes.
No, I love all of them. And I love the whole adventure myself of watching each of the students come and bring their version of the character. It's remarkable to watch them grow from the very first rehearsal until performance. The transformation is especially noticeable when they put on their costumes. And suddenly they really feel the part and they absolutely come alive.
Now, moving away for a second from Alice in Wonderland and more to the other shows that Kings Mountain also does, what is your upcoming season looking like?
Well, the upcoming season, I'd like to say this is not our last show for this season. So we still have 2 more shows for this season. We will have 1776, the musical, for obvious reasons why we're doing that one. And then in June, we're going to have The Outsiders. And that will finish off our season. We will have a total of 5 shows. Now, our upcoming season is really special. We will be kicking off in October with Liberty Mountain, which is a locally written script that reenacts the Battle of Kings Mountain. And we do that every year. It is a wonderful show to come and see. It's historically accurate. There are a few exciting moments where it's been reimagined by the playwright. And then one of the most exciting things that Kings Mountain Little Theater has been asked to do is a world premiere. and that is for one of the Jones Hope Wooten Southern comedies. For years now, Kings Mountain Little Theater has done at least one of their shows every season, and we suspect because of that, Jones Hope Wooten has asked Kings Mountain Little Theater to be the world premiere for the last script in their Mama series, and the title of that one is Mama's Crazy Christmas Bride Ride. So it will be a fun adventure. We will have a very much big to-do, and the playwrights will be at the opening night for folks to meet. We will then move on to the Hound of the Baskervilles, and then we will have Wizard of Oz. And Hound of Baskervilles will be in February, Wizard of Oz will be in spring around this time. So we've got a packed season next year as well.
Are you planning so far to direct any of those shows coming up?
I will be directing The Wizard of Oz, and it will be the traditional version. It is the RSC version, which stands for the Royal Shakespeare Company. They wrote that it follows the movie almost exactly, and they originally wrote it for the Royal Shakespeare Company, so that's why it's called the RSC version.
And building off of that, aside from a massive season coming up, do you have any other community events or fundraisers coming up as well?
We do. Coming up in June, we have our launch of our capital campaign, which is called Support the Spotlight. One thing about Kings Mountain Little Theater, we do own our building, and not many little theaters own the building that they are in. So we purchased, I'm going to have to check my notes here to be sure I'm right. We purchased, Kings Mountain Little Theater purchased the Joy Theater in 2001, and we have been renovating that facility for several years now. Let's see, let me check over here. The lot that is right beside the theater we purchased in 2008. We renovated our auditorium with new theater seating and wall decor in 2012. We began renovations on the open lot in 2014. We added a backstage area. Expanding what we had, we have to work with what we've got. It's an old building that was built around 1949, 1950. But we extended those stage areas in 2015. Then we did some balcony renovations, including the 2 bathrooms upstairs in 2018. Then we began planning for a major renovation project to add in some much needed restrooms. The old restrooms each had 2 stalls, and that was a major clogged up area that we had. And we had massive plans to expand those bathrooms and our lobby area to accommodate all of our folks that are coming in. And that started, the plan started 2018. The project was approved 2021. The official groundbreaking was 2023. We had to put in a whole new huge HVAC system, and it was only one of 2 that were available in the southeast. It was so huge. And then we are now in the process of finishing up those massive renovations, including some carpeting areas of backstage. We've got a whole new lobby area, concessions, brand new bathrooms, and it cost a lot of money. So we have been having some small campaigns along the way, but we're going to have our major Support the Spotlight opening up in June. And so on our Facebook page, our Instagram, and we're going to launch a brand new website, there will be a link to gift there. So we really are doing this for the community. We love serving the community. We have all kinds of free events. We have a free event coming up this coming Saturday that is Second Saturday Free Family Movie. And it starts at 10:30. We do this once a month, and all of this information can be found on our Facebook page, Instagram, and our website.
I may just have to check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone who wants to donate right now to your fundraiser, can they still find that on the website that you have currently?
Yes, we have a link there that they can click on and donate to there. No amount is too small. Many snowflakes make a huge avalanche. So any contributions do add up. And we are called a community theater. We belong to the community. We exist because of the community. We want to serve the community. So whatever the community can give back in return, we are just greatly appreciative of. But the links will be available you can come by the theater. And sometimes we have a First Friday Fun that we offer in Kings Mountain once a month. That's the whole uptown, and we offer tours to come into the theater. So we would love for folks to come by and see that, and you can just drop a donation in one of our boxes there as well.
Now, to finish us off, just as a personal question, as a director, how long have you been directing there?
Directing at Kings Mountain Little Theater, that's a really good question. I'm going to say maybe 10 years, but I had a drama class that I directed for our homeschool community group, and I directed there probably about 15 years.
Wow. But to build off of that, would you say, or rephrase that, we'll go back and edit that in, what has been your favorite show as a director?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's too hard of a question. A favorite show. Okay, is it really my favorite show? I think one of the ones that I was the most proud of was 2 years ago, and I directed Beauty and the Beast.
That's a good show.
And it was phenomenal. One of the most hard-working cast and production teams ever. We partnered with a lot of groups. We partnered with a local robotics team to do the flower, to do the rose, and the petals dropped beautifully and perfectly on cue every single performance. Incredible music director. We had a small orchestra. We had a voice coach. Stage manager was incredible. Tech director. We just had a blast. It was a huge challenge. I got a local artisan to build the Beast mask. It was a very specific design, and she did it beautifully. Costumes were great. We borrowed from local theaters. We rented from a costume place in South Carolina. So it really was a huge community effort that delivered that show, and I think that's one of the reasons I'm most proud of it.
Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Bridget, thank you so much for joining me.
It was lots of fun. Thanks for having me.
You can find more information as well as tickets for Alice in Wonderland the Musical at kmlt.org. And if you'd like to see more of what we do here in the audio-video program, you can follow us on Instagram at Gaston Broadcast. I'm your host, Ashley Para, and this has been Gaston Spotlight.